Welcome
Welcome.
to Shadeinthecity. I am your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today, y'all, we're here to give you a quick sip and shade. I know we usually give it to y'all on Tuesday. You know, we just did one. So if y'all didn't catch that one, y'all can go back, catch that one. But, you know, seeing as much as not going on in TV streets and outside the Olympics, which I'm not really watching. But I did hear that Simone Biles was doing her thing. So shout out to Simone. Whoop, whoop.
And her husband is keeping score.
I love that. I love to see it. And he's taking off of work because he's supposed to be in his practice for football season. So shout out to him for, you know, making sacrifices.
He said y'all ain't gonna be talking mess about me this time around.
Okay. He said I put in my leave of absence. Anyway. So yeah, y'all, if you haven't already, please make sure that y'all hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
Yeah, y'all, let's get into these hot topics and yeah, let's get shaded. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. To the first story. Now I thought this was very interesting. So I sent this to Nels last night. As you guys know, this is Jhene Aiko, my fellow Pisces. Love her, my fellow fish. Okay. And Big Sean. He didn't make the cut. He's an Aries, unfortunately.
And Big Sean.
He's an Aries and he shows it. So
what the fires?
Huh?
Nothing. I didn't know he was an Aries.
Yeah, his birthday is, I believe his birthday is in March, but he falls past the Pisces date, so he doesn't quite make it. So anyway, now what I will say is that I used to love them together, right? And me and Nels were talking, and I remember her, and I a couple weeks ago actually, and I was like, I don't know if they're still together, and I just feel like, as Pisces, when we love you hard and strong. And then when you start playing in our face. And so anyway, I'm gonna get to the point, right? So last night I sent Nels this clip that I saw, I believe it was like Neighborhood Talk, and we see them on stage. She's performing at her show. You know, she has the Magic Hours or whatever going on. And and he's rapping this song and he says something about a ring, and she looks down and she's like, what ring?
What ring? Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they kind of laughed it off. But I said, marketing people, I don't know who was on this. Because when I woke up this morning and saw that he had done a whole interview with Charlemagne. And
I was just about to ask if you've seen it.
I said, how convenient is this?
I was just about to ask you if you've seen it.
Oh, of course. I sent it to you this morning, but clearly you ain't checking messages on IG.
No, I watched it last night, girl.
Oh.
And did you notice he didn't answer the question whether they was together or not?
See, okay, so I got the vibe that they were still together. He said, I got the vibe, and that's what I'm saying. It's very tricky because he clearly was not trying to tell all of their business. However, I think my favorite part or favorite clip was when Charlemagne was talking about, he was like, well, why aren't y'all married yet? And, you know, Big Sean is like, we got things to work on. I still think that there's, you know, without giving too much, basically saying like, we still got to work on. And I was wondering, are you talking about you still got things to work on or collectively? Because of course I'm a ride or die for my girl. Not saying she ain't got no issues, but if she got issues, it's probably because you created them. Anyway.
I was just about to say, because I mean, I ain't trying to start no rumors. And it could already be a rumor. But from what I understood, he cheated. Allegedly. Allegedly. So if there are issues, we know relationship don't ever come back. It's never the same after that.
Did you see that? Now what I sent you?
What?
I just sent it to you today, but it was talking about a Pisces and was like, I might still be there because I'm loyal, but please know you will never get that same person that you had in the beginning once you betray my trust. And I was like, that's the whole, that's
if you ain't loyal with me, guess what? You lose that loyalty.
Well, anyway, so I did think it was really cute because so Charlemagne is like, yeah, explaining to him like, okay, well, anything's never going to be, perfect. He's like, I've realized that in 26 years with my wife or whatever. And so he was like, and he was like 26, like he's really sitting up there. And then he was like, well, yeah, 16 married, but 26 together. And so Big Sean just kind of looked at him like, well, hold on, bro. No, actually, I'm sorry. They were together 16 years before they even got married. And so Big Sean was looking at him. So what was the 16-year wait for? And Charlemagne just looked at him and was like, I don't know. And I was like, these ninjas, I can't. But you know what? He's an up north ninja. You know what they say about them up north ninjas?
Damn near. That's no, absolutely not. Damn near 20 years.
What was crazy, Charlemagne was like, I don't know why I waited. I definitely knew this was the person I wanted to have my life with.
Guess what? I'd have been like, Erykah Badu, I guess I'll see you next lifetime because I ain't waiting no damn near 20 years.
No hard feelings. Okay.
I don't give a damn because I ain't waiting no damn near 20 years. 16 years? Absolutely not. Let me tell you something. You lucky if you get 5.
Well, no, and that's why I thought it was so funny, him sitting there preaching to Big Sean, and then Big Sean just, when he caught that, he was like, okay, maybe you're not the right vessel for me to get this message from.
You know how long they've been together?
Who, Jhene and her? I feel like it's been going on. They've been together for, I feel like, a good long time. Maybe, I want to say a good, and I might be like, look, why are we doing this? Let's Google. Let's Google say.
They're going to be like on and off for.
I know they were off at a time because that's when it was none of his concern anymore. Right. So, and
I love that damn song.
Please understand that Nels can tell you, I am a day one Jhene fan. Not like no shade to anybody else who might have, like got into her, like, once she got older. No. I was listening on Jhene when she was still on B2K's album. Okay.
You know what's so funny? Some girl posted on TikTok. She was like, am I really that old that literally people are asking why B2K came out and gave Jhene flowers?
Right.
Like, do y'all really not know that this was the cousin? Like, this is
little this cousin. Yes.
Like, do y'all not know that she like I was just like, yeah, girl, you better tell them. You better
put some respect on her name. But yeah, so yeah, any thoughts on that, Nels?
And
he did say it's not like I'm not saying we're not going to get married, but you know what I thought.
Charlemagne can say the same thing. I mean, yeah, it's not like we're not going to get married, but I'm just going to make you wait 16 years. Let me tell you something. The absolute max.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The absolute max a man can get out of me, and I mean, that's with me feeling all types of ways, is 5 years. That's
okay. It's 8 years. So they met in 2012. They've been dating on and off since 2016. Yeah, so about 8 years, and they had their baby in 2022. Yeah. It's none of your concern anymore. None of your concern. And then he was like, and that's another thing that I think is kind of like sad, because when he was asking him about like, what can't you give up? Or he was just talking about like father and basically saying like his son. But I was just like, but your relationship and the person that brought him here is, you could lose that. But as long as you got, I don't know. And I understand, yes, they're your kids. But I just felt like when he asked him that question, it should have been more than just his son. That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something. All that marriage stuff, all that marriage talk, yes, great. But for me, it was when he asked if they was together. Because if y'all are together, Why is it a problem with you saying this together? Oh, Charlamagne, you trying to be? No. You had a baby with this chick. Y'all been together for this long. You on tour with her. If y'all together, say you together.
But did you catch that too? Where he was like, our relationship is so complex. And I think, and this is just my thoughts, and y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what you think. Maybe I heard something differently. Maybe I'm internalizing this because of whatever. But I felt like when this man said, well, we are connected, we have a child together, we are in the same peer group as musicians, I'm on tour with her, we do business together. So he's in his mind, I'm always tied to you, even if I'm not with you. So basically,
he said we'll always be connected.
So I'm thinking that he's taken for granted that she could go out here and find her somebody else, and then he might not be. Yeah, you'll still be that baby daddy, but she'll be none of your concern anymore. Okay,
you better sit down and have a talk with Orion.
And you probably ain't even old enough to be watching this if you don't even know who Orion is. That's just like a Jhene thing. If you don't know who Orion and Jhene is, if you don't know who TG4 is, you get off my line. I'm kidding. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. So yeah. So I hope, again, I really feel deeply, again, as a fellow Pisces. I know she probably really, really does love him, care deeply for him. And so for her, because I feel like
face tatted on her. Remember?
Right. Yeah. I feel like I just want her to be, if that's what she wants, I hope that she gets what she wants. And I hope that he mans up and does what he needs to do. But I don't know. But either way, we know that she gonna push through. She's done it before and then gave us a great album after she, went through the BS. So, hey, and continues to give us good music. But I don't want her to become one of those people, because unfortunately, again, I've seen her since she was a little girl. But it seems like she's starting to get into that Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole box where we don't want to hear from you unless you say it and going through something. And then when I'm going through my breakup, or when I just got in an argument,
you know what?
I turn on to Jhene. I'm like, I don't want it to be like that.
But you know what's so bad? When you said that, I was like, damn, does she have like any happy songs that sound good?
Well, no, I hope they don't think.
I was just about to say she does have happy songs, but sometimes it still, like, the tone of it still sounds like you have to listen to the words to know it's a happy song. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still sounds kind of sad.
Look, I was gonna say you should have called me. Why you never called me?
That's not a happy song. Saying, don't come around here, homie. The homie's gonna get you, and I can't help you. I love that damn song.
What was it, baby? While we're young, I think we should do something crazy. I absolutely believe that was to Big Sean. I absolutely. But yeah, so I don't know. I hope it works out. But shout out to Jhene. Her tour seems to be doing real well. As Nell said, we saw B2K come and give her flowers, and we saw all four guys together. I said,
yes.
Yep. Jhene, if you ever, when you bring them four guys back, they can put their pettiness book aside and come together for you.
That was super dope.
Yeah. So, all right, next story, y'all. So we getting on to Letoya Luckett and her
salty ass ex.
And her salty ass ex, right. So apparently Letoya Luckett recently popped out and surprised all of us. Even like some people that know her and like our friends are like, oh. So and it was funny. I heard somebody said, I guess this is what they talking about when they say, I'm not gonna show my man on social media or on Instagram until we like married. Well, there you have it. So
this was like the perfect type of wedding to me. Like, it was intimate, it was beautiful. Love the dress. Like, it was beautiful.
She said it was intimate, but she said the numbers, I don't know how she worked it out, because I do remember seeing something about she was talking about how because she moved it from Atlanta to Houston, obviously where she's from, It got bigger, but she said, I don't know, however they worked it out, they ended, working it out so that it was still, to your point, it felt intimate.
It did.
Even though there was more people.
Even if it was a lot of people, it looked intimate. Even the space looked just intimate. It was beautiful.
Well, apparently her, okay, first let me tell you. So her husband's name is, I believe her new husband's name is Taleo. He's supposed to be an entrepreneur. I believe maybe down there in Houston, but he's an entrepreneur. Okay. Now what that means, y'all know. It's different for everybody, but they clearly seem to be happy and love. She said, that's her peace. He gives her rest. And congratulations to them. But her Tomicus, her ex-husband, seems to be a little bit salty about the situation and says something about her getting 3 rings. Now I do believe this is her 3rd marriage, but I feel like if God keeps putting people in your path, even after it didn't work out with somebody else, who are you to tell me how many times I can do it?
Let me tell you something. We grew up in the era with Aaliyah. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Okay. I just feel like clearly whoever you cheated with, you felt like was worth it. Go back there.
No, he gives.
Why are you worried about what I'm doing?
He gives me the vibe that he's one of those, I'm mad because you left. I expected you to stay type vibe. And because you left, now I'm angry.
To find peace that you clearly are still not able to provide. You don't got peace within yourself, sir. You are mad for real.
Well, congrats to Letoya Luckett and her new husband and their beautiful family. And I wish her nothing but the best. And she does. She looks great, and so does he. All right, now let's get into some DC news. Y'all know, for everybody that doesn't know, we are in the DMV area. And let me tell y'all, before ID Channel, it was American Gangster on BET. I know, I've watched every episode, so I know who this man is. Okay, now legendary DC kingpin Rayful Edmonds III was released from prison. It says he's back better than ever. Now, if you guys don't know about him, he was once known as the king of crack, okay, in DC. And he's been released. A video is circulating on social media, which, shows him, back better than ever. And marking a new chapter for the man who once led one of the largest drug operations in U.S. history. During the 1980s, he was a key player in, the powder epidemic that swept through the nation's capital, transforming it into what was infamously dubbed the murder capital of the United States, which I feel like I remember that when people did not want to come to DC. And his operation in partnership with the Medellin cartel through the Trio and Blanco brothers. And they got more, but Rayful Edmonds is out, y'all. So I guess congratulations to him. He served his time. I feel like, based off of watching it, I feel like they let him out before and then he went back and did the same thing. No, what it was, he was locked up and he was still dealing from prison.
That'll do it.
So I hope that, he's changed his life and wants to do something different and is not thinking he's going to be better than ever and just be sneakier than ever and get back out here in these streets. But because, that's not legal yet, right? That's not legal yet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the way the world is going, I wouldn't be surprised soon if you could go and get you a line or two. So congrats to him and, welcome home. Now, Eboni, if y'all don't know who Eboni is, this is Kim Porter's best friend, well-known best friend. And she said, y'all gonna stop putting out these false headlines, i.e. us, or some of us. But we just report what we hear, girl. But anyway, so apparently she claims that Kim never wrote a memoir mentioning the alleged, by Diddy. Now, here's my thing. I did watch, shout out to Tisa Tells, and she did a breakdown about this. And there's actual like clips when Kim is still alive, and she talks about her being in the process of writing her book, or she was writing a book. Now, she didn't say a tell-all or whatever, but she mentions writing a book. So
But you're saying that she didn't say that she didn't write a book. She's saying that she didn't mention Diddy in the book, right?
that good point. That's what she says. Now we know that they had a long-term friendship until her passing, obviously in 2018. She said that she never drafted nor wrote a book, memoir, or manuscript.
Oh, so she thinks she didn't write one at all,
right?
Or she didn't write one about Diddy.
Mm-hmm. And basically said that there is no book and it's a blatant lie. And I mean, I don't know, because you know what I think is one thing that I think is important. I do believe, and I'm sure we know as friends and sisters, but you may tell your friends some things, but you don't tell somebody everything. Especially to the level of when you hear about what he was making her do. I don't think that I would be running to tell you that. That would be something that I take with me. I'm not telling you that he's making me go down on some girl in the bedroom and this is I'm not telling you that.
Okay, so
because if you're my friend and we have sense, you're clearly gonna be like, so you doing what? That's what y'all do?
I hear you, but if everyone else around me, I've told everyone else around me about this memoir, 9 times out of 10, I told my best friend.
Okay.
Like, everybody else, and I don't have to necessarily tell you the details that's in it, but for you to even know that I have one or that it's coming out, I feel like that's normal. I feel like that's normal, especially with everybody else talk. Yeah, Kim had one. Kim was coming out with one. Everybody else know, but the best friend. So no, I feel like she would have known. It's I don't. You don't think she would be trying to protect Diddy, right?
I don't know. It's just strange. It's just, I mean, again, sometimes people will do things. I mean, I do know she's very hands on with her children. And I would think that the only way she could get really access to the kids is if she has some type of relationship with Diddy. So you would never want to piss that off or upset that in any way. I don't know. I think that we've clearly come out to see that people have been behind the scenes for years just to appease, I don't want to call them monsters, but people who have very predatory things that they do. And they just look the other way, or they do just because they want to stay in the good graces for whatever it be, the money, connection, or even for her situation, just to be able to stay close to those kids. So I don't know. But yeah, she said it's not true, y'all. So that's what she said. All right. And look, and y'all can drop down in the comments and let us know what y'all said. So then we're gonna get into whoo, Lord Jesus. All right, y'all. So I'm sure y'all have heard the news. Oh no, not to the pregnant woman.
Why not?
We gotta be like that. All right, y'all. So if y'all don't know,
we're all capable of what? What that got to do with anything?
Well, if y'all don't know, Cardi B has announced. She made a lot of announcements. Not only did she finally let us know that she was preggo, but she also announced that she is filing for a divorce again from Offset. And a lot of people kind of don't believe it. Believe it may be a bit of a, publicity stunt, because she's trying to get ready to drop an album. And I personally, my thoughts, as y'all know, I believe Offset was caught the other day at like a casino or something with one of his ex-girlfriends who apparently just happens to be 8 months pregnant. But he was there, and apparently, I guess her husband was just unalive. So I guess maybe they were just hanging out. Maybe they're still cool. But even still, as I was telling Nels, it's to me, it's the perception of it all. It's the perception of it all. And you being seen out with your ex-girlfriend. It's the
And you
perception.
not knowing about it.
And while I'm in New York, pregnant with your child. Now, sources do say that apparently this has been in the making. She's been done. Like I was telling Nels, they've been not living together. She's been in New York, he's been in Atlanta. So it's not like, because a lot of people believe, well, why would you leave and you're on your third baby with this man and you got 3 kids? And but if she's already a single mom in the first place, what's the difference? And if anything, if that's what he wants so bad is to be single and be out in these streets, let him be it. Let him be it. I'm sure she can hire nannies. She can do, hire help. I'm sure she has family around to assist her. But I wouldn't recommend that she stay in it just because she on her third baby. If anything, I think at some point getting smart before you continue to get knocked up more and more and more, and be like the Derico girl. And now you got 14 kids and he's paying $1,000 a month for child support for 14 kids. Your thoughts, Nails?
Are you sure you want my thoughts?
Okay. Let's be nice to the pregnant lady, okay?
My thoughts are that I wish she would have wised up before we got to baby number 3.
Agree. I'm not going. Okay, I don't think that's bad. I agree with that.
I don't understand why you keep on having babies by the same F boy. He showed you numerous times he's an F boy, and just like we were talking about, was it yesterday? Mm-hmm. He comes, does these grand gestures. You take him back, and the cycle repeats itself. I mean, one thing I can say about her and Joy, what they have in common is they are both on their 3rd child, right? They're both on their 3rd child.
Okay.
But at least Joy tried to find better. She didn't stay having kids with the same dude that she knew was no good. On top of that, he's a nasty hoe. Why are you even sleeping with this man raw? Why are you not scared he gonna bring you back something?
Well, congratulations to Cardi. And then I did hear that she's working on a deal with Marc Jacobs. So again, she made a lot of announcements, and I just hope they said she's really done this time. And I hope for her mental health and just for her kids and her babies. And I get it, she probably doesn't. We all want the 2-parent household, right?
That's another thing. He clearly don't even give a damn about your mental. You pregnant with his child. He don't give a damn about your mental.
I think I'm being honest and not saying that it didn't happen before, but if you read her message, and it's too small for me to read it, but she talks about how in the message, or when she has announced her pregnancy, how this baby has completely changed her, the way that she thinks, how she's moving. And I think, to your point, when the motherhood trumps whatever else is going on, and you just start worrying about the protection of your baby. And I think when you do, I've been that angry in pregnancy, and then I've had to that's the first time my son kicked me and was like, knock that off. You're not putting that level of stress on me. It's something in you that be like, even if it's happening around me, it's like you are in a bubble. I think Mel from Love and Marriage Huntsville said she did the same thing with Sugar Mama. And which so crazy, she said that was like the most peaceful pregnancy because she put herself in a bubble, regardless of what was being said around her, about her situation, and she protected her mental health and enjoyed her pregnancy as much as she could to make sure she had a healthy baby. I do think that's something that happens while you're pregnant. Now, after the fact, and when you're in postpartum and them hormones, and that's why I said I hope she stays in that space, because I can understand her getting a little soft-hearted and being like, oh, I want my kids to have a father around it. But like I said, she's already, I feel like, primarily doing it on her own, in my opinion.
Like,
So
nothing, like, even the hanging out with the ex-girlfriend, right? Fine, even if it was innocent. You don't think my wife is pregnant? I am a public figure. She's probably going to see this. Let me first hit her up so she knows ain't nothing going on. She ain't got no reason to stress. She don't get upset with my whole human growing inside of her.
That would be a man that wants you to feel secure, and you don't need to ask for it. They would just do it. But no, like, to your point, but that's not, and I don't think he wants her to feel secure. I think that he likes making her feel crazy. I think, and then I think he likes showing up, doing the grand gestures, and her falling at his feet and giving him another, and yeah, he has to work a little bit, but I'll buy you. It's nothing that he can't. And that's what I'm saying. I can take you on a trip. I can buy you a car. And that's why I'm hoping she's realizing ain't no worth your mental health, your kids having a real live family structure, and not daddy lives in it. And not saying that they can't have two households. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, and I was telling Nels last night when we were talking about it. I think that that's why it's not about this last situation and him getting caught with his ex-girlfriend. I think it's more about them living in separate households. She wants to be in New York. She doesn't want to be in Atlanta. She said that publicly, that she doesn't really quit Atlanta. That's where his family's from. And just realizing, as a big girl, and when you put on your big girl panties, that it's not going to work, and it sucks, and you may want it to, and you may be even able to overlook certain things, but that's a big thing. And if you can't come to some type of that, what do they call that? That's the crossroads. You got to make a decision. And I think she just realized she had to make a real decision, like, for real. I don't know. Let's hope she sticks to it. Prayers up for Cardi, but congratulations as well. All right, then we're going to get into, I was telling Nels, and I shared this with her. So apparently people, shout out to the Jasmine brand. Apparently people are concerned Kanye is allegedly exerted total control over his wife, Bianca Censori's life, monitoring what she wears, eats, and drinks. And I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I was confused as to why this was a headline, because we already knew that. He has her walking around Disneyland barefoot. Have y'all not seen the footage? He has her going into places naked. We saw him do it with Kim when she went on a red carpet dressed like a sofa. I mean, granted, luckily he didn't have Kim completely naked. She had some sense, but she wasn't too far off. I just don't even understand. I mean, I get it, but people are starting to get concerned.
Shekinah and Sarper.
Well, yes, Shekinah and Sarper for all our 90-day viewers. That's what it's giving. But basically, they said that the marital arrangement is demeaning. And that, people are concerned. He looks at her from every angle before they go out, then he critiques her body right down to her private parts. And you know why he can do that? Because they're out. They're seen. Because everything that she wears is damn near invisible. So that's why he can critique you down to your coochie. Because it's not covered up. I can see it. So if other people can critique it, why can I'm probably not the person to speak on it. Anyway, so yeah, they're concerned. I would love to know your thoughts, Shade Squad. I personally feel like this girl was supposed to be like an architect or something. She's supposed to be a real smart girl, but again, it's giving book smart and not real street smart, or maybe she's into it for the money. I don't know. I just pray, speaking of people who
after Shekinah, some people like that.
And then, you know what, you was talking about people keep having babies, talking about Cardi. Let's talk about, look, you made me think about Kim. When you knew he wasn't, and then not even that, but you went even further and paid for a surrogate to have. Those were, and we love the kids, but those were kids you did not have to have with this man, especially after you knew who he was after North. But you kept running. You kept going, okay? So I don't know. We need to do better, women. We need to do better.
You know what though? Yes, we know now.
Well,
We
okay,
know
you going to
now.
say?
Well, no. I'm gonna say we know now the stuff that Kanye was doing, but we didn't know it at the time.
Oh, she knew though.
She knew.
He absolutely was having like episodes and breakdowns. I'm sure we didn't see it as the public, but please don't think that that was not happening at home.
No, I'm talking about getting other women pregnant, this public embarrassment.
Oh, okay, that type of stuff. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, when it's something mental and it's your husband, you want to try to help them work through it. But apparently, I mean, I guess Kanye cheated also. We just didn't know about it. We didn't know about it. It wasn't like a public embarrassment thing.
I guess because he was respectfully cheating.
He was respectfully cheating, I guess. But
until he put it on the song.
He wasn't out here
after y'all were divorced and then put it on the song.
Like he wasn't out here making babies with nobody else.
That we know of. I'm just saying. Everything is alleged, and in my opinion.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, you know, with the way things are going, everybody
with the way things are going, look, everybody.
You can't trust nobody out here. You can't. So last but not least, we see that Frick and Frack are back. Like I told y'all, the girls from Real Housewives of Atlanta are currently in Grenada, giving all the cheeks. Okay. And seem to be having a good time. It actually makes me a little bit excited about this upcoming Sweet 16. I was a Frick and Frack fan. However, I did want to pose. I heard something really dope. Somebody made a good point on Kempire's live the other day, and they were talking about how isn't it crazy that Bravo got rid of one person for alleged revenge P, but brought back somebody who accused Kandi of the R word. And I said, well, that is kind of interesting how, you know, they became very selective.
Did she accuse her of that, or did she accuse her?
Yeah, basically she was said
I think she accused her of threatening that or something like that.
No, I think that
you're talking about the dungeon thing?
Because didn't she say she was like, oh, and it was something about like with a drink, but that's what she was saying. Like basically like Kandi was roofing them or something.
Oh, I thought she said like Kandi said she was going to lock her in the dungeon or something. I didn't think she did it. I don't know, because there was
no, she didn't do it. But the point was, you're basically Kandi is a very public figure, more public than you, and I can't have. I might be freaky, but what I can't have is allegations, and people think they can't come over my house or they're gonna wake up in the dungeon, and that's what you're out here portraying, and that's the storyline and narrative that you're working with, which you know is absolutely not true. And that's why we haven't seen Phaedra in what, 7 years? Because they knew it was going on.
What's her face said something about it too, didn't she?
What?
Portia.
Because remember, that's when Portia and her fell out when they got to the reunion, that infamous reunion. And she was like, and they were like, well, Portia, where you remember Kandi and Portia were not cool at one point because of the stuff with Phaedra. And then when they got to the reunion and Andy was like, where did you get that from? And she was like, well, I got it from Phaedra. And then Phaedra was backpedaling. And that's when her and Phaedra had a moment and their relationship kind of, because she was like, well, I only said it because you told me that. It all came from Phaedra. That's when it was the break. Oh, so this is all Phaedra. This is all Phaedra. It came from the lawyer who should know better about slander and liable laws and what people can sue you for. Just saying. All right, y'all. So yeah, let us know. Drop your comments. It will let us know how you feel about Sweet 16. Are you ready to see the girls in Grenada having a good time? And are you just happy about Phaedra and you know, Phaedra coming back and Frick and Frack being back? But yeah, y'all, we want to thank you for being here with us on this Saturday. Like I said, it ain't much going on in these streets, but we decided to bring y'all something. So if you haven't already, please make sure y'all hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure you subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter X, the Facebook, and what's the other one? IG. The IG, y'all. And yeah, we will catch y'all Tuesday for if there's any news to bring y'all. Outside of Olympics, we'll be here to give you another sip and shade on Tuesday. So yeah, have a good weekend. Be safe. Bye-bye.